Oh, there you go. Some new Winery Dog. The new album's called 3 because it's probably, I would venture to say, their third album together. Hey, Cavaliers are going to play tonight here at home. The Romo Fijo Cavs against the Sacramento Kings. That is a 7:30 tip-off tonight on MMS. They will close up this recent homestand against the Oklahoma City Thunder tomorrow night at 7:30, and then they'll hit the road for a bit. I guess just for a few days. They'll be in San Antonio to play the Spurs, play the Mavericks in Dallas, and then they'll come back to play the Pacers. So anyway, coming off a win on Tuesday night against LeBron and the Lakers. We'll see what they do tonight. 7:30. And the week with Cavs basketball here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. And you can use the promo code JOLLY, JOLLY, for 20% off whatever you want at CLEclothingco.com. And if you haven't, by the way, apprised yourself, because I tell you this all the time, but it really does bear visiting their website or walking into one of their stores, because I think some people have this notion that CLA Clothing Company just has like T-shirts that say Cleveland on it. And at the very least, they have like a ton of awesome retro Buzzard merch and things like that. But basically, it runs the gamut over there.
And some say Akron.
And some say, do they? Some say Akron. There you go. So however you want to represent, you'll find some good stuff there. And being in the thick of the holiday season, obviously, you can find some great stuff over there. So just use Jolly for 20% off. Alan, I am beside myself right now. I'm on my lunch break during work, and I'm tuning into the live stream. And I swear to all things unholy, no matter what time I watch the live stream, you guys are talking about poop or puke or eating boogers.
Well, it is a global live stream, and we give the people what they want.
Have you ever heard of a brand? Anyway, so she considers herself cursed. That's Melanie there in Parma Heights. I wouldn't consider that cursed. I would consider that, I don't know what I would consider that. Hey, has anybody looked at the asteroid launcher, by the way? Man, I've been digging this.
What?
Okay, so this guy made up a website where you launch asteroids.
Oh, I saw my buddy was playing this the other day.
It's fun.
All right.
Because it teaches you a couple things, too. And it's this guy created a website. It's just an asteroid launcher, and you collect or you decide where the impact location is going to be. And, of course, I pick Cleveland because that's where we live. And I'll show you this here. I'll put it on the live stream. Okay, right there. This is your asteroid launcher, and you pick where you want the epicenter of your blast to be. There's Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm going to do
so
Philadelphia.
We point it there.
Hey.
Should we do Philly?
No, we can do Philly next.
Okay, here. So I'll zoom in. There's Cleveland right there. And then off to the side, you can pick your asteroid. You can pick an iron asteroid or stone. You can pick the diameter. This is set at 1,500 feet in diameter. You can choose the speed. It's set for 38,000 miles per hour. And you can choose the impact angle. Do you want it to come straight down? You want it to come at what? I'm choosing 45 degrees. And then it will show you what the blast radius is and who's going to be safe and who is going to be immediately incinerated. So I click Launch Asteroid, and there's the flash, and there is your blast radius right there. There's your crater. Now, because we're on Lake Erie, some of it, almost half of this blast radius on the lakefront, will go. It's a 3.2 mile wide crater, and they estimate how many people would be vaporized instantly. 11,000 people. The crater's 1,500 feet deep, 2 gigatons of TNT. But you'd be safe if you were on the Detroit Shoreway. You're going to be fine in Lakewood.
Gigatons.
Megatons. Now, if we go back, if we reset this.
It says a 32-mile crater.
It's a
3.2.
3.2. Okay. I was like, what?
It is a 5.1 mile wide. You can see it right there if you're watching. It is a 5.1 mile wide fireball. Clothes would catch on fire within 19 miles of the impact. So it shows it to you right there. It's very exciting. a 242 decibel shock wave.
Wow, that's really hurting my eyes.
So I'll reset it, okay? But we'll go for Cleveland again. Or
Now I have a question.
Let's do Philly. Let's go over to Philly.
Don't quit it with
There
Philly.
he is.
Would this cause a tsunami in Canada?
I imagine they would have to contend with that. Yeah, over there in Pigeon Bay or whatever. Yeah, they'd probably have to contend with that.
I thought a tsunami was only like a
Tsunami.
You know what I mean, like a big
A
wave.
big old wave.
a big old wave. But I thought
Yeah, but it's
specifically it
created
was
by an
only-
impact.
I thought
That's
it was
what I mean.
tectonic plate.
Right.
Tectonic plates.
That can be it too. But if there was an asteroid that hit the coast of Lake Erie at 38,000 miles per hour, yes, it would absolutely create massive, massive waves that would go over to Canada. So here's a carbon asteroid. We'll do it again, and I'll bring this over to the lovely city of Philadelphia,
Please don't do that. I have to take
Pennsylvania. There's Philadelphia right
to
there,
take my
a little more
special.
inland than downtown Cleveland would be. And so we're going to set this, we'll set this at a comet, okay? We'll increase the size here. We'll say that this one is half a mile in diameter. And we'll up the speed. We'll say 65,000 miles per hour. And we'll make the impact angle a little more striking. 60 degrees impact angle, okay? And so we'll launch this puppy, and we'll see what happens. There's the fireball in Philadelphia, and then we'll go about a 6-mile wide crater. About 93,000 people would be instantly vaporized, including young Mary Santora out there in Bala Kinwood.
You're just projecting what the aftermath of me absolutely annihilating on Sunday is going to be, right?
Yes, she will leave an 1,800-foot deep crater, equivalent to 16 gigatons of TNT. That's right,
You're
a
welcome.
10-mile wide, you can see it right there, fireball, with an estimated 3.2 million people immediately incinerated. Almost 5 million people would receive second-degree burns.
How big does an asteroid have to be to wipe out all of Put-in Bay?
I mean, we could figure that. That's not that big, though.
I know,
What do you
but
mean all of Put-in Bay?
But like it
It
takes
means
out
like it's not even an island anymore.
and then like how far would it go to other islands? Would it go
Well,
into the lake?
let's use those same metrics and just shoot this thing at Put-in Bay.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
And see what's going on. There's your
Take it off the map.
fireball right there. About a 6-mile wide crater, but out there obviously it would obliterate the island itself. 882 people would be vaporized there in the crater because, and depending on what time of year you go, a 10-mile wide fireball. So the fireball itself would reach to Ann Arbor, Detroit,
Whoa.
well into Cleveland. You see that inner rim there where clothes catch on fire. Third-degree burns. Second-degree burns out to like Lima, Jackson, Michigan, Canton, Akron.
Could you just imagine you're just out mowing your lawn or like just taking your boat out for a drive, and then obviously you see, damn, what happened to Put-in Bay? Someone's really partying over there.
Yeah, it wouldn't be damn what happened to Put-in Bay. It would be why are my clothes on fire and I'm here in Mansfield, Ohio. That's probably what would. So anyway, just a little boy, fun with asteroids. It's fun. Come on, Mary has her family fun, and we have ours. It's not all candy canes in the hoodie. Sometimes you're going to launch some asteroids. Kanye West.
Oh, him again?
He has had his, I love honorary degrees. They're funny to me because they're made up, and having one rescinded is even funnier to me because they're removing something that you kind of didn't have. Like it's nothing you earned. You do something for it, and a school will say, here's an honorary degree. Now, some people take that very seriously. Some people think that they are now a doctor, and I bet Kanye was one of those people. His honorary doctorate from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago has been rescinded because all of his comments. It's a very prestigious school, of course, and he's a hometown boy, and I'm sure they take no pleasure in doing it. Listen, all I'll say is, historically, it's not been good for an anti-Semite to not get his props as an artist. But let's hope that it turns. Let's hope it turns out a little better in the Kanye situation. So I haven't heard anything from the Kanye camp, but in 2015, he's a hometown guy in the School of the Art Institute. And if you ever meet anybody who attended this school, boy, they can't wait to tell you that they went to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. It's usually in between them asking you if you want whipped cream on your macchiato and handing it over to you. But, of course, they have condemned any and all anti-Semitic comments by Kanye West, and so they've rescinded his doctorate, his honorary doctorate of the arts. And you think they sent a letter, or do you think that they, is it an email? How do you think they do it?
They go back and snatch your fake diploma out of your hands.
Is that what it is? Because I don't even know. You know, some of these places, they have you speak at the school. You do the cap and gown. I don't know if he did that. Because you'll recall this happened to Cosby, too. Cosby had a ton of honorary degrees. It would always make you laugh when Bill Cosby would be credited on his shows as William Cosby, E.D., Doctor of Education, because he got so many. Now, I don't know if he had an actual degree along those lines, but Bill Cosby got so many honorary degrees, and all those schools eventually were like, we got to take this back. So Kanye might have one, like the University of Cincinnati, for instance, gave Bill Cosby an honorary doctorate 20 years ago. And then you show up and you do the walk or whatever and you talk to people. Bill Cosby loved talking to people, especially if they were passed out. But imagine the University of Cincinnati.
He just talked to him.
I don't know what he did. You don't think he talked to him? You think he was dead silent when they were laying there?
But I don't think that was like, he wasn't, he could talk to people when they were awake. He had other
My question
plans.
is, do you think he liked talking while he's talking to himself? Maybe he was chastising himself. Maybe he was calling himself a monster and a scumbag while he was doing it.
That's what got him going.
So, yeah, Bill Cosby ended up having 60 honorary degrees rescinded. Yale University rescinded his degree for the first time in its 300-year history. They gave him an honorary degree in 2003. Notre Dame, Boston College, Carnegie Mellon, Fordham, Brown, Amherst, you name it. Ohio State University.
Ohio State University.
I don't go there. I don't care. Oberlin College. We got a board op at one of our other stations here who was wearing a Northwestern sweatshirt, and I go, oh, did you go there? And he kind of looked at me. You know how you'll forget what you're wearing? And he looked down. He goes, no, my parents did. And I go, oh. Okay.
Bill, maybe this is what you do to get your high school diploma rescinded. You just do something so awful. Say some anti-Semitic stuff, and
I
they'll
don't
take it
want
away.
to do it like that.
Oh, that's not the way I want to do it.
I want to do it the way I want to do it, which is just to have them say, okay, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
because you
win.
asked, because I didn't really earn it.
Would you like to sniff my testicles?
Maybe you could ask them that.
I could ask them that.
It's
I should
good
call
to
him.
be Bill Squire. It always feels right when he's in the spotlight.
I wonder how hard it would actually be to just get
You know,
that
all the
rescinded.
times we've talked about this, you have made no overtures to Medina High School to have your entire academic record expunged.
Almost like he doesn't mean it.
Oh, I believe he means it.
I mean it. I just haven't made the call. But maybe I will. Maybe
Make
I
the
actually
call.
will. I just feel like it's going to be a bother to them.
It is going to be a bother to them. They're going to have to figure out who you are, when you went there. They're going to have to dig through.
Well, I know
They're
all that
gonna-
stuff. I know who I am and when I went there.
But they
so
don't.
I can help. But I can help them with that.
Right, but they're going to go, oh, we don't have, what if they say we have no record of you attending here?
Oh, wow.
You think that they're going to be just lying to you because they don't want to do the work? Because that's forever going to be a question mark. They can go, okay, done. And you go, really?
I'll
Yup.
take their word for it.
You will.
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
All right.
What are you going to do? Give me a not diploma?
Right.
Like,
By the way, on the subject of Bill Cosby, they really want him in jail. 5 more women are filing lawsuits against him. A couple of them were on the Cosby Show for sexually assaulting them. Were they in heavy traffic or something? Why are they coming so late to this party?
No idea.
I mean, he's out of jail. They let him out because of some technicality on his... Why'd they let him out? He'd been in for a while.
Because there was an agreement in place when he did the
Right.
settlement that said he wouldn't do any jail time.
The immunity deal or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, there was, right. Well, these women, people really want him in jail. So 5 more women, whatever respite he thought he had from this kind of stuff, 5 more women named themselves as plaintiffs in this. One thing you got to say about Bill Cosby, by the way, he didn't have a type. He didn't care if you were black, brown, white, Asian. He did not care.
He just wanted him sleepy.
Just wanted him sleepy. If you were ready to party, a couple of these women had small roles on The Cosby Show. And they describe him, coming to their dressing room, locking the door, saying creepy things to them, whispering in their ears. This is why I'm saying he was talking when they were knocked out.
I'm not saying he wasn't talking a little bit, but I don't think that was the main focus.
And the worst thing back then you could ever say to Bill Cosby is, I have a headache. Because he'd go, oh, I've got a pill. Here's an aspirin. And then, let me help you out. So, yeah, these women, of course, Bill Cosby goes, these got nothing to do with me. I'm not.
Oh, God.
But they really want him in jail. He's still walking around. I don't know if he's like OJ back in the day where he didn't, he kind of stayed locked away. Now you can't get rid of OJ. But Bill Cosby, who's walking around pretending to be blind or infirmed or whatever, I don't know. But these women really want him in jail. Wait till they find out he had all of his honorary degrees taken away. Not going to be so excited after that. I mean, you want somebody who's accomplished, right? You want somebody who's done some things, not those kinds of things. Alan, that's too much paperwork for Bill. We've gone over this.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be paperwork for him.
There might be.
But everything's so digital now. They would send you something, you'd give it your digital signature. I imagine now would be the perfect time to undertake this because it probably couldn't be simpler to do that process.
All right. Can we just call him on the show?
Do it live? We'll do it live.
Yeah.
There's probably not anybody there right now. It's probably no one's at the school. No administrative people are still at the school at 4:40.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
On a Friday?
On a
What?
Friday.
You sure?
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right. Well, then we'll have to figure out a time. Maybe when we come back in 2023, we come back after the holiday.
And we'll get him on the phone.
We'll get all our ducks in a row.
Yep.
We'll contact somebody. We'll say, hey, because I have to get their permission to have them on the air and say, hey, I've got this guy here who said, and I'm going to set it up like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to do a solid for a friend.
Yep.
Hey, listen, but here's the thing. I'm going to make up so much stuff.
Why are you going to make stuff up? I think the
I gotta
truth
make it,
is the best.
I got to make it fun.
It is fun.
No.
It's fun that I don't want my diploma anymore because I didn't earn it because my mom did the correspondence course that got it for me. I didn't
What if
do
your
it.
mom goes to jail because of this? Like it's some kind of illegal can of worms that you open up. Did you ever think about that?
Listen, I didn't think about that. Would it be hilarious? Yes. I'd feel really bad, but it's so funny, Mom. I'm sorry you're in jail.
Bill, how's your mom? I'm going to I'm going to visit her next week. My dad's going for a conjugal, and then I'm going to see her and see how she is. Oh God.
Like conjugal.
Huh?
What?
Your dad is going for a conjugal.
Dad is going
and
for
then
a
you're going to
conjugal.
go visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to know about their conjugals.
No, but I mean, your mom. You said your mom was comfortable walking around naked.
No. I said she wasn't.
You saw her naked.
Yes, that was an accident.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Very much an accident.
Was it?
I walked into
That was
the
just
room,
for prayer.
and she's like, "What are you doing in here?" And I was like, your bush is huge." And I was
Oh my God.
And she said, "What a weird thing for a 6-year-old to say." Oh boy.
my eyes said it.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I'll make sure that's not the case. Let me ask you this: will his mom be incarcerated? Will she be prosecuted?
They'd have to prove it. They'd
Yeah.
have to be able to prove it. I don't
That's
think
right.
they could prove it.
Yeah. And I'll make myself sound real dumb, too, just to get him to play along. I'll go, well, is there a statute of limitations? I've got to take a break. You want to text 35192 to get me there. You can hit AlanCoxShow.com for all the other stuff and listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.